Hi friends, today we are going to discuss the chapter statistics in our class 11th mathematics. When we hear the word statistics, what will come to our mind? In our lower class, we studied the chapter data handling. Before we go to discuss this topic, we have to recall what is statistics. Before that, we know if we require to get any information, we may collect the data. For example, what is the average height of the students in your class? You may collect the data in connection with the height of the students. So the subject statistics which convert the data into information. For that purpose, we may collect the data and we may analyze the data and we interpret the data. Later we present mathematically or geographically the information which we get. So as a part of this process, we may collect a few data, and last year we studied how to analyze the data and how to find the averages, statistical averages. We know that measures of central tendencies, which are the measures of statistical averages. Here we are going to study the next concept, dispersion, the measures of dispersion. What is measures of dispersion? Before that, we can recall what we studied in class 11th as statistical averages. One of the statistical average is their arithmetic mean. For example, here I am going to show you three kind of series, three kind of data. In first data, you can see the observations 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. That means each numbers are 30. What will be its average? How to find arithmetic mean? Arithmetic mean is one of the statistical average. So when we add these all observation, we will get sum of the observation and divided by total number of observation. So we are adding 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30. What is the answer? 150. And dividing with the number of observation. How many observations are here? Here 5 observations are there. So the sum of observation, we added 5 30s, we go to 150. And we are going to divide with 5 because number of observations 5 observations are there. So we get the answer 30, which is the arithmetic mean of the first series. And we can go to check next series. In the next series, the numerals or the observations are 32, 30, 28, 31, 29. So when we add these all observation, we may get the same sum 150 and same number of observations, 5 observations are there. So when we divide 150 divided by 5, we get the same arithmetic mean 30. And one more series is given here. The third series, you can see the numbers 10, 15, 21, 33, 71. When we add these all numbers, we know that what is the sum? 150. And dividing with the total number of observation, that means 5, we get the same answer 30. Now we can come and analyze the observations. In the first question, the observation, it was consistent, it was same, every observation, it was 30. And the second and third is totally different from first. But in each of the cases, the arithmetic mean, it was same. So by looking the arithmetic mean, we can't say that every questions are same. Each of the questions have its own difference. So what is the difference and how to identify these differences, and which is more consistent, which is more scattered, and which is more dispersed from the arithmetic mean. This study is known as measures of dispersion. So in this chapter we are going to study measures of dispersion. So how much the data scattered from the average. In the first example we got the arithmetic mean 30. In the first question there is no much scattered, every values are 30, which is close, not close, it is equal to the arithmetic mean. But in the second and third cases, when we come to analyze, we can see that the arithmetic mean is 30, but the observations are deviated from the arithmetic mean. And in the case of third question, as compared to second question the new numbers are there 32, 30, 28. These all numbers are so close to the arithmetic mean 30. But in the third question you can see that one of the observation is 10, which is far away from the arithmetic mean 30, and one of the observations 71 is there, which is larger than arithmetic mean 30. So which is more consistent and which is less deviated from the arithmetic mean, it can be measured with the help of measures of dispersion, and different kind of dispersion measures are there. Range is there, quartile deviation is there, mean deviation is there, standard deviation is there. In this chapter mainly we focus on mean deviation and standard deviation. This mean deviation is one of the measures of dispersion which can be studied with respect to arithmetic mean or any other averages such as median or mode. Instead of arithmetic mean we can be used median also. Such cases it will be known as mean deviation about median, mean deviation about arithmetic mean. So we can study in detail with the help of an example. So we can enter to the topic. We can take one of the example for finding the dispersion. So the question it is that find the mean deviation about the mean for the following data. The question it is that 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 17. In the case of this data, this observation, we can try to find out the mean deviation about the mean. So first of all we have to study the equation for finding the mean deviation about mean. What's the equation for finding mean? We know that x bar is equal to x bar, which will be denoted for mean. X bar is equal to sigma fx or summation fx divided by sigma f. But here there is no frequencies, so we can use the general equation sigma x by n. So what is sigma x by n? That is the arithmetic mean. Then we can write the equation summation, that is sigma modulus of x minus x bar, modulus of x minus x bar, all divided by n. N is the total number of observation. X means each observations. X bar is the mean. So we can enter to the problem. At the time you can easily understand the topic. So my dear students, first of all we have to find the arithmetic mean from this data. Here the numerals, here the numbers are 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 17. How to find the arithmetic mean? By adding these all observation and dividing with the total number of observation. How many observations are there? Just count it. Yes, now you can see that there are 8 observations are there. So what's the value of n? n is equal to 8. And sigma x, that means summation, when we add these all numbers, which are the numbers 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 17, we get the sum which is equal to 80. How many observations are there? 8. So 80 divided by 8, we will get 10. So 10 is the arithmetic mean. So we go to x bar, we go to the value of n. Now we want to find the mean deviation. How much these observations are deviated from the arithmetic mean 10. So we can write all the observations in a table. In the first column, all the x values, that means observations. Which are the observation? 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 17, etc. Later, we can try to find out x minus x bar. X minus x bar means the deviation from the arithmetic mean. The first x value is 4 and the first arithmetic mean it is 10. So the first deviation is x minus x bar means the first observation 4 minus 10. We know that 4 minus 10 is equal to minus 6. These deviations can be listed in the second column. Okay. Such a way, next observation is 7. So x minus x bar means 7 minus 10, which is equal to minus 3. Such a way, all the deviations from the arithmetic mean, we have to note that there is an observation 8. So 8 minus 10 minus 2. Another observation 9 is there. So 9 minus 10 is equal to minus 1. Next observation is 10. Arithmetic mean also 10. So 10 minus 10, 0. The next observation is 12. 12 minus 10 is equal to 2. 13 minus 10 is equal to 3. 17 minus 10 is equal to 7. Such a way, the second column, we got all the deviations from the arithmetic mean. Now, as per our equation, sigma modulus of x minus x bar. This sigma means summation. We have to add all deviations, x minus x bar. So, find the modulus means avoid the negatives and only consider the positive values. We add this. So, we get the answer 24. Deviations 24. And divided by total number 8. So, we get the answer 3. So, what is the meaning of this number 3? If this number is big, then we can see that their biggest deviation is there with the arithmetic mean. If the value is very small, means we can understand the deviation is very less and it will be more consistent. In the first example, we know that the third series 10, 71, such observations came, those values having big deviations when we find its mean deviation. But if we get less deviation means or there is no deviation means we will get 0. So this is the use of measures of dispersion. This is the first measure of dispersion which we come to study now, and the remaining topics, standard deviation and other all deviations, we can study later. I suggest you to practice our exercise questions based on this mean deviation. Thank you.